We're so proud of fire and rescue and our law enforcement, and obviously have a great vested interest in making this community every day is better than it was the day before. So we welcome you.
On July 20th, the Las Vegas City Council unanimously ratified Fernando Gray as the city's new fire chief of Las Vegas Fire and Rescue. And Chief Gray hit the ground running. Just days later, you see him formally meeting with the local media at this open house and press conference at the Fire Training Center. This is how he started his tenure here in Las Vegas. But his career in fire actually started 27 years ago with the Dallas, Texas Fire Department. In fact, he says his desire to be a firefighter started when he was a kid in Dallas.
When I was about 12 years old, my brother and I were actually passing by a fire station, and to be quite frank with you, they just were very welcoming. We were actually playing with a football, and one of the firefighters asked us for the football and told us to go long, so to speak. So from that point on, I've always wanted to be a firefighter.
It was only fitting he was to join that very department and work there for nearly 22 years.
I started off as a firefighter paramedic riding an engine or truck company on one shift, and then on an alternate shift actually riding an ambulance, very similar to Las Vegas model. Again, I went through the ranks of engineer, lieutenant, captain, and then various chief officer positions like battalion chief, deputy chief, and assistant chief.
Then in 2017, Gray was appointed fire chief for the Aurora, Colorado Fire Department after a national search where he oversaw about 450 people.
When I first got there were 15 fire stations. I'm really proud of the fact that after being there for 5 years, we had actually grown to the point to where we actually had 17 fire stations, and I'm really proud of the service that we were able to provide for that community.
Now Las Vegas Fire will benefit from his extensive experience. His vision here is four-pronged. First, being engaged with the community.
I believe if we're engaged with the community, not only will we be able to provide better services, but we'll also be able to have people want to be a part of our organization. So that's priority number one, being engaged with the community.
Making sure the members of the department are safe.
One of the things that a lot of people are not aware of is the fact that mental health is becoming a big challenge in the fire and EMS service. And at the end of the day, as the fire chief, my job is to make sure that I prioritize our members.
Making sure members treat one another with respect.
Making sure that our services and also the way that we treat one another in our respective work environments is appropriate and free from bias. I think that, again, is a critical component for us to be able to provide the service that's necessary to this community.
And finally, being open to input from the members of the department.
Giving them the opportunity to have input on how we do things is a great way, in my opinion, to bring forth innovation.
As we sat with him, meeting him for the first time, he explained his leadership philosophy actually dates back to before he became a firefighter. He traces it to that first day when 2 Dallas firefighters took the time to toss a football with him when he was just 12 years old.
I have to give back because people gave to me. I will say I did not grow up in an environment of plenty. I actually grew up in an environment of lack. And because of a couple firefighters just showing an interest in me has something that has really helped me advance in life, so to speak.